Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another VPN chat. I am here. You guys know her mostly as Sheree. You know, some of y'all may think she's the villain of the show. Some of y'all think she's the hero of the show. Who knows, depending on your perspective. But I am here with actress and dancer, and she just does it all, Miss Reishal Monique.
Hello, hello. Well,
how's it going?
it's going. How are you?
I'm doing well. Y'all have to excuse me. It's the weather changing and doing what they want to do. It's impacting your boy. So my voice sounds a little, and my voice is already deep, but it's like deep now. So,
Dee.
but I figured I had a Celebrate Black Excellence interview this morning, so I was like, I can do this too. So we're gonna power through. We're gonna have a good time, for sure.
It's the Carlton After Dark voice. No,
Yikes.
no.
Oh man. Um, let's get started with you. How did you get into? Because like I said, you are a dancer. You also act. Like, how did you get involved with the arts?
How did I get involved with the arts? Well, I've always wanted to be a dancer. So, in elementary school, they have career days and they tell the kids dress up like whatever it is you want to be when you grow up. I
Mm-hmm.
came to school dressed as a ballerina
Mm.
because I wanted to be a ballerina. And so I took dance classes, I think, up through middle school. And then I decided none of my other friends are taking dance classes. So I don't really want to do this anymore.
Mm.
So you know how that is. So,
Yeah, yeah.
so I stopped taking the dance classes. Then in high school, actually, Shay's mom, Miss Stokes, was one of my teachers. And she would take our AP class to different what do you like oratorical contests.
Uh-huh.
So being up on the stage, having to get ready for those things, it kind of put me in the mindset of being on the stage is fun. So when I left school, when I left high school, I actually wanted to go to college to dance or to do musical theater, but I ended up at South Carolina State, go Bulldogs, and there was no dance program. They just had theater. So I was like, surely they do some dancing in here. So I ended up majoring in theater. And so from there, my love for theater grew.
Mhm. Awesome.
That's how I got there.
Now, me and you met through Dwayne Green, if I'm not mistaken. That's
That's right.
right. Yes. Okay. Because we was doing college days and we were going into season 4 and I needed somebody to play his boss. And I think he suggested you. He was like, I have somebody, her name is Reishal. I think she'll be good for the part. Now I'm gonna tell you this, Reishal. I don't think I ever told you this before. I was
Yeah.
super intimidated by you. I
Why?
like you came in, you had on the suit, your hair was sharp. It was just, I don't know, it's something about your presence. I was like, I need to make sure everything is perfect for this woman to talk about me.
Stop it. Well, thank you. Well, I'm glad you're not intimidated by me anymore. I think I had been back in Augusta for a few years, thinking I'm go to one of these big cities. I'm traveling to Atlanta looking for an agent, auditioning for things,
Mhm.
interviewing for things. And as an actor, as a writer, director, you hear no, 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 no. So
Yes,
after a while, it gets the best of you.
absolutely.
So I was home working my good corporate job, and I think I saw you all were doing. It was a play.
Okay. Okay.
Was Dwayne in the play? Was he in one of your plays?
Yes, Dwayne, he was in a couple of like the small church plays, but the main one that he was in was the Lord's Prayer.
And that was probably it because it was a news. It was on the news, and I
Yeah.
saw him, and he was acting. I was like, "Well, he's acting. I know him. Let me reach out." And I think I
Mhm.
reached out to him, and so he was like, "Well, Carlton Clay is the guy, and he does all of these things." So I think that's how he connected us. So I saw you all on the news promoting your play.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, when you came in to play this part, I mean, you fit the role obviously perfectly. Um, one of my favorite scenes, me and Kill just talk about this all the time. One of my favorite scenes to watch is when her character and Dwayne's character are talking. You come in and you be like, you need to be answering those phones.
I remember. Oh my god.
What was it like? What was it like for you coming in? And again, your web series is still fairly new at this time. A lot of people definitely haven't heard of it, so it's kind of foreign in the independent space during this era. Like, what was your thoughts coming in? Because I mean, you could have thought this was like bananas. You know what I'm saying? So, like, what was your thoughts coming in doing this?
I didn't think it was bananas. I was a little bit excited. I was probably intimidated because I had only done theater before. I auditioned for theater. I think I probably did a few interviews for television or for modeling, but nothing ever came of it. So when I came and you guys got the cameras and you got the scripts and you and your big notebook, you got
Yes, yes. Come
you
on,
got
note. Gotta have the notebook.
you had everything ready. So I was like, okay, I have to be ready. I got to know my lines. And so it was a little intimidating for me. I didn't think it was bananas at all. I was excited.
Awesome. That's good. Like, I mean, I know, like I said, sometimes you can come. I was the one of the interviews I did. I think it was with Carlos. He was talking about him coming in on Lover's Lane, and from the outside, sometimes it can look a little chaotic, but
Mhm.
it's an organized chaos. I like to call because
Absolutely.
things are organized, but if you're just looking at it from the outside, you'd be like, "There's a lot going on here," because he's shooting all these things, shooting out of order.
Yeah.
People changing clothes real fast. This is a lot of stuff happening. And then when we shot College Days, um, as I said before in another interview, we were literally shooting the episodes and then putting them out. We weren't doing like how we were doing, with the later episodes, shooting first, putting it out later. We literally shot one or two episodes and then we put it out. So we were literally
Yeah.
filming for majority of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, then we like took the summer off, I think.
It's
So
true. It was
I,
it was
so I want to talk about also too the final season because that was a weird season for me. I don't know about you, because yes, because our characters hooked up, and I have a thing. Okay, so I'm not that. I don't consider myself really the average guy. Like I'm not. I just don't. I have a thing as far as I can separate acting from real life, but it's still kind of weird when you are having to be on scene with your friend. And at the time, we were definitely developing our friendship, and it was just weird for me. I was like, I know I wrote this, but I actually have to execute.
I feel like I erased that moment from my mind. But now when you say it, when I read it, that's how because then I was like, Carlton is like so cool. And I mean, of course, you were like my boss then, and we were developing that friendship. And so for you to kind of write for me to go, be in relationships with other guys, and then it was me and you, I was like, oh my gosh, it's me and Carlton.
Yeah, yeah. It,
Yes.
yes, yes, definitely. But honestly, for people who are watching, listening, those weren't the original scripts. Because if you remember, my character and Shoshana's character were together. Um, I think Shoshana had some other opportunities happening during that time, so we wrote her character out, and so it was like we had these scripts, and I was like, okay, I got to rewrite all these scripts now. Um, and I said, I think the only person that's available, only character that's available is Rishal's character. So I was like, that's my character's, in my character's age range, even though your character was older, it was still it was more appropriate for our characters to be together versus me trying to date my character trying to date one of the college students. You know what I'm saying? So
And I think I remember when we filmed it, I feel like we were both so awkward.
yes, even watching it, it's a little cringy.
I can't.
I'm glad.
I told somebody, I said, no, I don't think. I said, I know. I have kissed more people in VPN life than I have in real life. Hey, you got to live through the characters.
Uh, that's funny. That's funny. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the next series, which is the Lions Den. We play Sheree Lyons, and yeah, I definitely challenged you. I already know we're gonna talk about that because I know when you first got those scripts, she was like, "Oh, what is going on?" Because I figured if you could do Amelia, I was like, "Oh no, she can kill Sheree. She can." And I wanted you to do something different because I was like, "All right, I know Rachel, the person, this sweet, nice woman, but let's tap into the other side that I know she got." What were your thoughts on playing Sheree? The first half. We'll get into the second half later.
The first half of Sheree. I mean, exactly like you said, I looked at Sheree, and in the beginning, I did not see it as a challenge. I just thought, there's no way he thinks I can do this because that's not even who I am. And I think at that point, as an actress, it was a little difficult, not difficult, but I hadn't tapped into separating me from the character.
Mm.
But I quickly learned with Sheree. So yeah, I love Sheree is probably one of my favorite characters today. Like I loved being able to forget who Reishal is and just give it everything for Sheree.
I gave you kids. I remember you was like, "Why are you giving me children?" This is before Kaden, obviously, but you were like, "Why are you giving?" He was like, "Why do I have two boys? I don't understand. Do I look? You like? Do I look like I have two boys?"
Boy, no girls.
um,
I love those.
yeah, it was definitely cool. Like I said, we'll get into the second half, but it's awesome to see, like, and Jonah from season 1 to season 10. Like we literally saw Noah and Jonah grow up on the screen. We literally saw
Yeah,
that. Who
I
was
love
your
it.
favorite? Who's your favorite person to spar with? Like, because you sparred with Chantel, sparred with Victoria, you sparred with Kendra. So out of the three, who is your favorite person to like go back and forth with?
Definitely Keisha, Chantel, definitely. I think I'm gonna say her. I'm gonna say Chantel or Keisha because Chantel, I love her so much. Like,
Mhm.
I mean, I love Kendra, I love everybody, but Chantel, like in real life, she's like the sweetest person. She's always gonna give you a hug. She's always gonna greet you with a hey. So being able, to go into those characters, Keisha and Sheree, was just fun.
Yeah. How do you feel about actors saying that they had to like? Because I remember watching the interview. I think you got served, and it was like, Mariana and Marcus was like, we got to be mad at each other for real, so we can really do this scene. How do you feel about that? Because I feel like I was able to watch you and Chantel really tap in and then tap right back out. After we said cut, y'all was out of it. So how do you feel about people saying, "Oh, we really gotta be angry and hate each other you know, to really
I
bring this scene to life?"
No, I do not agree with that. You do not. That's kind of why you get training. Chantel's been trained. I've been trained. We've grown definitely. So you can tell when these musicians, no shade, come and try to be actors because they feel like they have to become these people. But I mean, you do become your character, but you got to be able to disconnect those things.
Yes, absolutely. I agree with that. Let's talk. I want to talk about how you were afraid to tell me that you was pregnant.
I know you're going to ask me that.
Yes, because in season 4, Risha was obviously pregnant in real life, and I didn't have plans for Sheree to be pregnant again. Um, but I remember he was like real. It was like you already are kind of soft spoken when you want to be, but it's like you were like super soft spoken. He was like, that's when I had my apartment at the time. He was like, Carlton, I need to talk to you. And he was like took me in the kitchen. But I mean, I already knew because I could like not saying that you were bigger, but I could like sometimes women wear bigger clothes when they're pregnant, try to hide it. And I was like, Risha's wearing bigger clothes. So something's going on.
So yeah, because we were getting ready for of course we were still filming the Lions Den. We were filming or getting ready, preparing for what was the showcase we did? Lord, it was over in North Augusta.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah,
I
yeah.
forgot.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, we was supposed to be doing like a reality show thing,
Yes,
and we was
we
getting
were
ready. We was doing the showcase for that. Yeah.
getting ready for that. We were preparing to take what were we taking to were we going to North Carolina?
Yeah, and we were okay. Yeah, because you were originally supposed to do A Woman's Worth in Greenville, and then you weren't able to go because Shay ended up taking your spot.
Yes, and
Yeah,
we had just done the pictures and everything for that. Or what we do? We had just done the pictures and
yeah.
everything, and like, nah, not gonna be able to do any of these things. I'm gonna miss out on all these opportunities. Oh my God. I'm like, he's gonna recast me for everything. I'm not gonna like I was real dramatic.
Yes, yeah, I can imagine what you were doing away from me. I can only imagine because you came in there like I was like, would you just go ahead and tell me, please? Go ahead and confirm what I already know.
It was real dramatic because every other person I told was real dramatic. So I was like, how is this gonna go?
Uh,
Like this for the worst.
nah. I mean, first of all, you're a grown woman. Second of all, I mean, people originally I was gonna try to figure out how to keep Sheree not pregnant, but I was like, oh, okay, no, we're gonna have to make Sheree pregnant.
I mean, it hurt for a little bit carrying the big old
Yeah, we
boxes and
had
the big
yes, we did the Cosby show.
Tupperware with
Yes. I was like, yeah, the scene you was carrying the Tupperware. I was like, we was coming with everything. It was crazy. We had to pretend like you was sick, be in the bed.
that was the Cosby show right there.
Yes. A lot of that stuff
Covered
came from the
up
Cosby show.
here.
Yes. Yep. A lot of stuff came from the Cosby show for sure. Um,
Yeah.
so of course then you had Kaden and we made Kaden a part of the show. So then we get into the second half of the Lions Den, season 6 through 10. There was obviously a shift in Sheree. I mean, it was kind of a shift towards the end of the first half, but it was definitely a shift in the second. Um, which side of Sheree did you enjoy playing?
Mhm. Definitely. Now, I won't say definitely, but there was for sure a shift in the second half. Sheree got a whole lot softer. I don't know that I like the soft side of Sheree. I'm boy. I think because the people got to see her eventually go through that pregnancy and the excitement. She was, I think, in a healthy relationship by then, somewhat.
Right.
So I think the softer side of Sheree was fun, but I really enjoyed the first half of Sheree. The beginning, people got to know her. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I think Sheree is definitely a fan favorite. You have a lot of people that love Sheree. You know, how does that make you feel that you have those type of audience viewers that enjoy Sheree's character, enjoy you playing Sheree?
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever get used to that. I mean, in the drive-through, people are staring at you like, I know you from somewhere. And then they're like, the Lions dead. Or you coming out of CBS and they're like, how are you? And I'm just like, thank you. I mean, I'm appreciative of it. But I'm an introvert, believe it or not. And I know where I'm going and get back in my car. So I love it though. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So Sheree definitely, Sheree had her fun on the show. There's a lot going on. I had this conversation with Chantel, and when I interviewed Shatari, I'm definitely gonna have this conversation with her because there's always this debate between the three of you.
Yes.
Who is the loosest, or I guess the most loose on the show? Is it Sheree, Bobby, or Keisha?
It's
So
Bobby. They're always gonna say Sheree, but it's not Sheree.
why do you say Bobby? Considering I will say this, considering that she literally was only with Sean and Ryan.
I mean,
In comparison to everybody else.
she was, but she didn't know who her baby daddy was. At least Sheree knew who she was with at this time, and that it wasn't like right? No, it was no crisscrossing, and no. Besides her husband and
I'm about to say, I think the beginning it was definitely Lucas and Norman.
yeah, she was cheating.
Yeah, definitely,
So,
definitely. Um, yeah. So let's run through. We had Lucas, Norman, Malcolm. Who else? Lucas Norman Malcolm, the trainer. That I can't think of his name.
Oh,
Yeah.
that wasn't the officer.
We're not there yet. The trainer that's character Kaden's daddy. So that's 4.
Oh, the trainer. I thought you said the trader. I'm like,
The
oh,
trainer. The
yeah.
trainer. Nigel. That's his name. Nigel. And then who's after
Then
that?
it was the officer.
Yeah, it was the officer, and then JC.
Dang. I'm,
6.
I might have to take that back. Sheree.
I'm gonna say honestly, because again, I did write the scripts, but I'm also always invested as a fan as well. I love Sheree with Malcolm, and I love Sheree with the officer. And I was hoping that Sheree would end up with the officer. That was my end goal plan, was for Sheree to end up with Detective Allen. But unfortunately, the actor moved away, and yeah, so
Yeah. I don't know if we talked about that before Detective came, but I think that's kind of how I saw Sheree ending too with the detective because the kids, like his daughter and my
mhm,
boy, Sheree's boys, I'm sorry, they got along, they hung out. So I was like, this is perfect.
right,
Now we can leave her alone. But
yeah, yeah. And like I said, things. Sorry, y'all, if y'all watching, I'm texting my aunt. She was calling me. Yeah, things happen behind the scenes, and you have to adjust. I mean, it's the same thing with the college day situation. It's like you have this idea that you have this roadmap, but real life happens, and as you have to adjust. Um, and so that's where we are. Some people say they feel like Sheree should end up by herself. She should have discovered herself. What are your thoughts on that?
I can agree with that. I think with Sheree and Lucas, I mean, they were kind of young love. They had their boys, and it was kind of like she engulfed herself in work. And not until the second half of the
The Lions
Lions,
Den.
the second half of the Lions Den, did she really get into her motherhood and kind of backing away from work a little bit and figuring out who she was. So I think Sheree could have benefit from being alone for a little bit.
Yeah. I think one direction that I was gonna go was having actually Sheree move to New York. That was an
Ooh.
idea that I was thinking about because I mean she did have that job, and the I guess the corporate office was in New York. I think that's, yeah, it was in New York because yeah, Ashley kept talking about going to New York, going to New York. Shout out to Stacy. Um, but yeah, so yeah, I think that was an idea to possibly have Sheree like move to New York and really, you know, flourish and prosper out there possibly. But I just decided to go with the JC thing, especially honestly since we got like had 3 JCs, and I was like, we got to give the third JC something to do. So
Have three JC's good.
we had 3 JCs, 2 Lucases. Um, who else did we read? Oh, 3 Lisies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who else got recasted throughout this whole process. Oh, Bobby was recasted. We had 2 Bobbies. We had
But the
two.
first no offense, I barely remembered that, but I
Yeah,
did.
she was
When we
on.
talked.
Yeah, she was on season 2, and then Shataria came in and took over that role in season 3 and continued on. And we had two. Shay had two. Her character had two. Her and Ronta had 2 daddies because it was 2 different. Yeah, it was 2 different Mr. Wards. And then we had 2 different. My who ended up being Sean's wife. We had 2 different Natashas.
Yeah, it was
So
Tasha.
2 different Natashas, and Chantel and Kendra love to bring that up, but we're not gonna go there.
That was your soap opera right there.
Yes, I mean, yeah, it was just like again, real life happens, and you have to make adjustments. Sometimes you feel like rewriting the script, sometimes you don't. And on those moments, I did not feel like rewriting those scripts. I was like, we just got to get recasted, and we're gonna have the announcer say whoever's playing this role now, so y'all don't be confused. Oh
Yeah.
man, yes, definitely. You won some awards at the Lions Den too. So how was that? How was that moment for you? We went to LA Web Fest. That was fun. So how was those moments? Again, this show and you were on all 100 episodes of the Lions Den. Talk about just how much this show like really means to you.
So award-winning actress, yes, that was exciting. LA Web Fest, that was a wonderful experience for me. I took Caden, I think he was about 6 months old when we went. He was on the
Uh
red carpet.
huh. Yo.
I was like, we gotta take the kid. So yes, that was an experience for me. Los Angeles was beautiful. I think it was I was expecting it to be warm, but it was a little chilly, but I still loved it. Um, I think we've won a few times that I didn't go,
Yeah.
but it was always a good time, always exciting to win. I don't think about those things. I have the awards here, but I don't think about it until somebody says or somebody reminds me that you did this or you did that. I'm not one of those to talk about myself. I should do more of that and celebrate myself. But I appreciate the opportunities to do it. The Lions Den, though, for me, I loved it. I loved every moment of the Lions Den. When we stopped filming, I was like, are we gonna come back to it? It's like a part of me was missing when we weren't filming. But I know it's always a lot for everybody. So the Lions Den, everybody there became a family because we were together so often. We were doing interviews, always at a photo shoot, stuck in the house for hours together, trying to figure out, okay, who's gonna go get us some food? Somebody bring some snacks.
Right, right.
So it was, kicking people out of their house. My mom climbing through the window. No, she didn't climb through the window, but kicking people out of their house for the day. It was a good time. I loved it.
I used to feel so bad going to film at your mom's house. I used to be like, she is gonna be so sick of us.
Yeah, yes.
It was funny because like we ended the first time, I was okay. We're not gonna bother Miss Cummings anymore. We're good. And then I brought the show back. I was like, Rachel, can you ask your mom if we can still use the house? So,
She was like, no, but then we filmed there anyway. She didn't really mean it.
that's funny. Nah, she should have stood on business.
She
I
was
get
she wasn't being serious.
no, people weren't saying that back then. People weren't saying that back then. People now all of a sudden want to stand on business. That's another topic for another day. Not even gonna go on that soapbox. Um, let's talk about Turnaround High School. Let's talk about that. You are an OG. You are truly an OG of Victory Productions. You have been with us on college days. You've done the theater. I mean, you're still with us now, but definitely you are one of the OGs of Victory Productions. Let's talk about Turnaround High School. Um, talk about that adventure because that was an adventure.
Turn around. It's cool. I loved it. I loved it. The chance to get back on stage, the hours and hours of rehearsals. Like I loved it. I got to dance. I was in my element. I don't think I did any directing. That Chantel was helping assisting you,
She
wasn't she?
was, yeah. Chantel was helping, yeah,
Like that's when I first met her.
yeah. She was assisting directing. And then we did 3 shows. We did the original show. We did one at another church. She actually stepped in for Michelle because Michelle couldn't do that show. And then we did the third one at Broadway.
Yes, we traveled with it. I loved it. Oh my gosh, I've been begging you to bring back a play since we did Turnaround High School. So I'm still waiting. We need to bring it back. I think then when we did it, y'all don't go call the cops on me. I was in my 20s when I was playing a high school student, and my high school crush in the play was in high school for real. And I was like, I'm gonna go to jail for kissing this little boy.
Yes. So yeah, I'm gonna put. I've been doing this since we started VPN chat. I'm gonna publicly apologize to Reishal Monique for putting you through that. That I'm just gonna say we were desperate because I think we went through like 5, 6 people playing that part, and Dylan came in. First of all, when Dylan came to the first rehearsal, I remember we was like, Dylan, can you sing something real quick? And he started singing "Still Away." I was like, "Oh no!" I said, "Oh gosh." And so, but he was just playing, and he started singing for real. And I was like, "Okay, yeah, we're good." I think he was what 17 at the time.
Was.
Yeah, so you're fine. He was 17.
I was like, are his parents okay with this?
Right, right. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like illegal, but it still was. That still was a crazy situation. But thank you for being a trooper and doing it because, yeah. And I want to throw this out there because people don't want to take clips and do things like that. Rachel made the decision. We did. I did ask Rachel, and she made the decision. I didn't. There was no coercing. There was no pressuring. I did not make her do anything. She said, "Carlton, I will take one for the team, and I will do that."
I did. Carlton did not make me do it. Bigger Reflections did not make me do it. That I'm an actress. That's what we do.
Thank you for saying that, because you know how people do, Chad.
Oh.
What you say? It was kind of what you said.
I said I looked young. It was
I mean,
okay.
but you still look young. So nah, for real. I'm not gassing you up. I'm telling you the truth. Like you still look young. So I mean, you could pass. Not I don't know about high
I'll take
school,
it.
but you could pass for college.
I'll take it.
Yes,
I will take it.
receive it. Receive it now, because you know that sometimes people trying to play high school. They be like, "All right, now come on."
Yeah.
Like, even I ain't gonna lie. Even all of us we was pushing it. We were all pushing it. I remember we did the photo shoot, and Tim was like, "Bro, you supposed to be in high school?" He was talking to me. He was like, "You supposed to be in high school?" I was like, "Don't do that," because I actually had a full beard in high school. So, thank you very much. My full beard came in 10th grade, and
Oh,
then
hey,
towards the end of ninth grade, beginning of 10th grade. So let's not do that. My senior picture actually had my beard was connected. So there's that.
you did it.
But no, we had a lot of fun. We did have a good time. You choreographed the dance for me, DJ Dwayne, and Dylan. So that was a good time. We definitely enjoyed doing that. Um, yeah, that play we had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun doing that play for sure.
I'm gonna need y'all to bring that dance back. That was fun.
I don't remember it.
Yeah, it was
I
fun.
don't remember anything. I definitely can't move. Ooh, y'all excuse me. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. This is real talk right here. Ooh, Jesus.
You
Y'all
gave
excuse.
a disclaimer at the beginning. You're not feeling well.
Yeah. But yeah, I 38-year-old Carlton can't do that. Even though
It's
I still like to dance. Of course I like dance. People see my videos all the time, but that stuff right there, because I think we had a move we had to get down with our knees and stuff. Nah, that ain't happening, Captain.
in turn. Yes.
We talk about this all the time. I'm so upset. Like our first performance of doing that play was bomb. I mean, I think every time we did it was bomb, but I think the first time we did it was like we had a packed house, like literally standing room only. And unfortunately, the DVD did not come out well at all. I looked at it, I was like, what's going on? What's happening? So we ended up having to do it again, and we did the third one. I mean, the third one turned out pretty well, but the first one the first one was Dynamite, definitely, 1000%.
Now I want to get on stage. That was so much fun.
We need to write a play.
Me?
Don't
I know you got a script in there somewhere.
let me have to give you the speech too. I've given everybody this speech that I've done this VPN chat with. I still have to give you the speech.
I already know. I already know.
Speaking of theater, we went to Chicago. That's always in my memories. We did the one act Woman's Worth. We had so much fun. That was a good time. That was a great time. We actually was in a festival, a playwrights festival, and we got in the van and we went off to Chicago and we did it. I think we were cheated for sure. Um,
For sure.
for sure we were cheated. Just to let people know what's going on. So we're on the stage, and they give you a certain amount of time. I think it was 20 minutes, and we timed it while in rehearsal. I think it was like 18 minutes and 30 seconds or whatever. So they didn't tell you that the introduction was included in the 20 minutes. So they have you come on stage as the writer director, and you have to say this script, which didn't make any sense to me. But anyway, we go and say the script. And so then, and I'm in the play too, mind you. So we go, I do it, and they go off. I promise you, we were towards the end. We were literally one more minute. We needed one more minute on the stage, and they blacked us out while we were saying our lines.
Turn the lights out.
They literally turned the lights out, and I was so heated. I was beyond pissed off, and to make matters worse, when we got there, they put us in a specific room to change all this other stuff. So I'm going to change my clothes. This janitor comes in and she's like, "You ain't supposed to be in here. You ain't supposed to be in here." I was like, "Ma'am." Now y'all know when I get that ma'am going, or I say sir, then I need you to back. I need you to back off. I need you to back off because I don't want to explode. And I was like, "We in Chicago. I'm not trying to go to jail up in here." I just said, look, they told us to be here. I'm gonna get my stuff and get out. And she just kept pestering. It was me and Tina. We walked in there, and she just kept pestering us. I was like, what is your problem? What's wrong with you? But that pissed me off.
But that was a great trip. That was
It
a
was.
wonderful trip. Nobody, no other one act. It was one act, right? Nobody could touch us. Like we won hands down. And
Yes.
everybody said after the fact, like nobody was touching us, but they were hating because we were that good and we came all the way from Georgia. They're
Yes.
haters.
Absolutely. And like I said, and even it was funny because they was like, are y'all gonna come to the classes? And blah blah blah. We was like, no, we about to go and check out Chicago. So we did the tourist stuff. And we got yes, we got the pizza. I needed everybody to experience the Chicago pizza. We got the popcorn, the Gary's popcorn. Shout out to Renetta. She was the one that told me. She said, "You got to get Gary's popcorn." She said, "You got to get the mix." And I was like, "The mix," and she was like, "No, you have to get the mix." And ever since then, I'm like, "Yeah, you got to get the mix."
That was an experience. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, you remember when you fussed at me?
In Chicago?
Yes.
Why did I fuss at you?
Because we was at the club and I was trying to record. You was like, "Get that light off my face."
Not me.
Yes, ma'am. I was sitting right by you. Yes, ma'am. I was trying to record on my phone, and I had the light on, and I was trying to get everybody. And you looked at me. He was like, "Get the light out of my face." I was like, "Ooh, Reishal."
Oh my gosh. I must have been hangry or something. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Forgive me. Because if you still remember that, that was bad. And I apologize.
No, you good. You good. I was looking for an apology, but that was just a funny story to me. I was like,
Oh no.
Reishal really snapped at me. I was
I didn't
like,
mean
I
I
just
didn't
took it.
mean it. I love
I just took it that you were tired. So
you. Or I was hungry.
because Kaden was still young. I mean, he wasn't there, but he was still fairly young
Mhm.
when you went to Chicago. So
He was. I think he was like a year old or something. I was leaving him that year. Look, I'm sorry. I'm not a bad mom.
you're
I
not,
took him to California,
and
but Chicago, we had a
nah, yeah, we did. I mean, I ain't trying to be funny. We was in there like sardines. All the ladies had their own room. All the fellas had their own room, and I think one of the ladies ended up sleeping in the room with us. So
Yeah.
it, it was a lot going on, but I definitely appreciate everybody that just took the trip. And we had, like I said, that trip, despite why we went there, the trip itself was fun. That's something that's always gonna be in my memory banks.
Yeah, that was
Always.
fun. That was fun.
Definitely, for sure. Let's see. You've done some other stuff with us. You made some guest appearances on X Factor. Um, you was on My Best Friend. And so the next big thing, SistAhood. So
Yes.
that's the next big thing. You play Amelia. Um, I'm not sure if people realize this or not, but SistAhood is really just like a spiced up version of A Woman's Worth.
I figured it out eventually.
How long did it take you to figure that out?
I think it was the character names, and I was like, wait, those are the same names we used for A Woman's Worth.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured we was
Yeah, it was.
at the time. I thought we was done with this. I was all right. I'm gonna take Amelia and Teresa and just put them in SistAhood.
I think it was. I think it was when we got the script for season 2, and I was like, wait, those are the names. Is it the same story? But then you kind of switch some of the stories up a little bit and meshed them together. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, definitely. Like I said, I just took that what was going on in that play. And then I was like, yeah, we're gonna bring it to the screen. But a lot of people have been telling me to do that anyway. People be like, you could just take no, they'll be like, you could just take one of your movie scripts and put it on the stage. And I'm just like, I don't think I want to do that. I said, first of all, I would have to definitely bring a lot of stuff down. And yeah, no, I don't think I want to do that. I don't think I want to do that.
yeah. And I think I was it today. I realized one of these days. I realized I was like, I was Amelia in college days, and I was Amelia in sisterhood.
That's true. That is so true. That's crazy. That's wild. Talk about SistAhood. Like I said, we did season 1. It turned into a film. Talk about your experience doing playing Amelia on SistAhood.
Amelia on sister. Now Amelia, though Sheree was challenging, Amelia was challenging to me because Amelia hit very close to home for me
Mm.
in my life. So it was just like, okay, people that they don't know that this is close to home. So I can do it. It did get a little rough sometimes, but I loved it. Like Amelia she was really the soft friend, and she was the soft friend, kind of the supportive friend, where everybody may not always support her or agree with her in her relationship and her supporting her man, but she was gonna stick by him, you know.
Mm.
I didn't always agree. So, ladies, we deal with that in real life. People don't always agree with you sticking by your man, being that rider. Don't say ride or die, being that rider.
Yes.
So yeah, but I enjoyed Amelia. I really did. I saw her grow from I want to say season 1 to season 2, but from the first sisterhood to the second sister. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yes. Yes. So again, for people who don't know, SistAhood 2 definitely has been sent off to the distributor. So we just waiting on that date. Once we get that date, then we'll let y'all know when SistAhood 2 comes out for sure. I want to say by far out of all the counterparts that you have acted against, I think you and Quincy to me have the best chemistry. To me.
I will agree. I enjoy working with Quincy. He always makes me as an actress feel very comfortable. He's always very complimenting, like nothing unprofessional. Like he's always the bomb. He's always going a step above. So I've enjoyed working with him.
Yes, like I said, I love seeing y'all on screen, especially in the second one. Um, I just love the dynamic, and we really got to see, a lot of times people put Christians on a really, really, really high pedestal. And yes, we are supposed to be different. We are supposed to, show people the light. We are supposed to be the light in the world. But I think people also forget that we are also human, and we also deal with human things, and we have human challenges that we have to deal with, especially when it comes to relationships. So I know because of course, you guys are the well, I don't want to spoil it. Um, you guys are in the church, And I mean, we saw that in the first one that, you know, he was the elder and, you know, you were his wife, you know, his wife in the church or whatever. But y'all characters are still in the church in the second one. But we really got to see when the obstacle hit, okay, we really got to see, okay, what the human side of it. Even I mean, people may not agree. People will deal with things differently. But I thought it was important to really humanize both of them in dealing with what took place in the second one.
And I must say I can appreciate that, because now that you say that, it kind of gives me some language for how, what I was saying in the beginning with Amelia. Like for me, people see a sweet Reishal and a soft Reishal, and they don't always see the struggles, but being able to humanize them and understand we deal with things too. And yeah, so giving that some language and being able to bring that to light, I enjoyed it. I'm
Yeah.
excited, and I'm sad it's done, but I'm not gonna
Yeah.
harp on.
Yes, yes. Sisterhood 2 wraps up the Brotherhood Sisterhood universe. So yeah, we wrapping things up. It took us so long to shoot Sisterhood 2 because like I said, even when I was doing SAW's VPN chat, we talked about, originally it was supposed to be a season 2, and then Sisterhood 1 became a film, so it was all right. And then I told y'all to throw away the season 2 scripts, even though I took some stuff from that to go into the second movie. It took us a while to shoot. I know Keisha was asking like, when we gonna shoot? When we gonna shoot? I was like, whenever we get some time. And then
Yeah,
the pandemic hit. It was just so much going on.
I was like, give me some time. Give me some time to lose some of this pandemic weight. Thank you. Appreciate that, Ray.
What can people, without giving things away, like what can people expect from the sequel to Sisterhood?
What can they expect? I It's some surprises all over the place. I think they will be surprised with probably how everybody's story, I don't want to say how it ends, but how the stories goes. Friendships get tighter, some friendships not so much, but or some relationships, I should say,
That's
not
true.
so much.
Yeah, that's true.
But I think they'll be surprised with how it ends. But it's very exciting. Everybody gave it so much. I try not to read the full script. You know how I do. But from filming and just from what I was able to see, it's gonna be good.
Yes.
So get
Why?
ready.
Yeah, yeah. So why, as an actress, do you? Because some people they have to read the full script. Some people just read their parts. Why do you choose to just read your parts? Like what does that do for you?
I want to see it with everybody else. I want to be excited and be in the moment and not anticipate what's coming next, because I want to be surprised with everybody else. There are some scripts that I will read the entire thing, especially if I'm not acting with the same people for the majority of the film or the project, because then I kind of know how to prepare my character.
Hmm.
But if it's like I'm not working with that person too much, or you're not gonna see us on screen too much, then I want to be surprised when I watch with everybody else.
Yes, yes. Speaking of chemistry, I want to go back a little bit because back to the Lions. Then I also want to say, um, even though I do think you and Quincy they had the best chemistry, I honestly loved your chemistry with the new Lucas and the new JC too. I loved your chemistry with Frederick, and I loved your chemistry with Jamarius, especially on the last episode with Jamarius when Lucas and Sherry was having that final conversation. I was like, oh, don't tempt me to do season 11.
Listen, when we were filming that night, you gave us the address to the location. And so I got to the location and the two guys were there. And I know I worked with Jamarius before, but Frederick, that was I think we may have filmed some scenes earlier that day or during the week. And so that
Uh-huh.
was really my first time. So it was the three of us. Y'all, Carlton left me in the woods with two guys, y'all. No, I'm just kidding.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Now the house was like in a wooded area in North Augusta, I think, somewhere. But
You're right. You're right. But I got there and, I'm going to change. They were very respectful. They were like, it's a bathroom. They were showing me around, telling me where I could go change, all these things. But we just kind of sat in there just talking. So I kind of got to know them. They were telling me how they spent their first night in Augusta, what they, hanging out, trying to get to know downtown. But they were just real cool. And so I think that kind of gave us a chance to break the ice. So yeah, I enjoyed working with both of them.
yes, definitely. I think, like I said, I think you have a way of making people comfortable, even excuse me, even in our awkward situation on college days.
Thank you.
It's still but still you still have a way of making people comfortable and really wanting to make sure they compliment what you bring to the table. So I say kudos to you. I say thank you for just being such an amazing actress, and thank you for being so professional and welcoming. I know sometimes being the new person, I mean, you've experienced it with colleges, but like with the Lions, then them coming in being new, especially on the final season, it could be scary. Coming into an established situation and trying to make sure that quote unquote do right. You know what I'm saying? So
Well, thank you.
yes, absolutely. Um, Reindeer games, Reindeer games.
Reindeer.
Um, yeah, I remember when we officially decided to turn that into a Christmas movie. I said, yeah, Rachel has to play this part. She got to. I said, I felt like this is gonna be so funny. Um, to play for spoiler alert. I apologize if you've not seen the movie yet. I mean, it's been almost 4 years now. It came out in 2020, and the end of 2020. So this year it'll be 4 years. So if you haven't seen it now, I don't know what to tell you. I say go to Peacock, go to Tubi. Um, but it was so hilarious to me. I was like, yeah, Reach has to play this part of this woman who's literally being paid to date this man. That was hilarious, and just the big reveal how you delivered the lines was hilarious to me. You was like, I stopped taking, I started taking less payments. I was like, this this woman is wild. And even though I wrote it, it was just wild how you deliver it. I was like, this woman is like she thinks she's doing a good thing, and it's like, no, girl.
That was so much fun. What's her name? Elena.
Yeah, I think
What?
it's Elena. Yeah.
She was so much fun because, if you look through all of my characters, rarely do I get to be funny. But I think this script, I probably read it all the way through.
Okay.
And I knew, it kind of gave me an idea of how to deliver. But yeah, that was so much fun. And then on script, on scene, on set, saw in there, even though she wasn't there the whole time, but when she was hilarious, like picking on me the whole time. I think one of my outfits I had on, she told me like I was going to church. I was like, that's not what I was going for. But yeah, she always gonna get me right. But and then Kevin, he's a pro. So
Yeah, I think, like I said, that was fun. It was our very first holiday movie. Shout out to Maverick who gave us the opportunity to actually be the first holiday movie in their holiday collection. So we actually started it off with Maverick. So shout out to us and shout out to Maverick. Yeah, that movie was fun. I mean, and also too, I mean, that was the second movie I shot. As the pandemic was dying down too. So it was kind of a nerve-wracking experience trying to make sure that everybody stayed safe, that nobody got sick, and we did what we had to do to make sure that we follow safety protocols at the same time to make sure we got the movie done. So kudos to y'all for just being troopers and really rallying and making it happen.
that was fun. Yeah, we did have our COVID test and we had our mask on and we had our sanitizers everywhere. I think I
Yes.
got one of those bottles you left over here from. Yeah, when you had sanitizer there, where you're like, here's the sanitizer, here's the mask.
I just didn't want nobody saying nothing. I don't want to be like, "Oh, you got an unsafe environment." No, ma'am,
And
no,
sign the
sir.
waiver.
And
Sign the
sign,
waiver.
and sign the waiver. Sign the waiver, please. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
I was safe. No COVID. Thank you, Lord.
Yes, yes. Praise the Lord. Praise God. Um, yeah, that was, like I said, that was a great experience. We definitely had a good time filming the movie and really putting it together. And really, like I said, we created something great. I think that people still to this day that they enjoy.
That was an honor. Thank you. I got to be in the Christmas film.
Now, even though you weren't in this movie, you was in attendance at the For the Love of Christmas movie premiere. We had the movie premiere at the Riverwatch Cinemas. We are one of the first independent films to actually have a premiere at Riverwatch. Look at us making history and all that good stuff. So you weren't in the film, but you were there. How was that moment for you? Because again, as I said, you're an OG. I consider you an OG of Whitney Productions. So you've seen us from almost the beginning to where we are now. Like, how was that moment for you?
Well, congratulations on that again. That was a beautiful moment. And I think during that premiere, who was there? Maine was there interviewing. And I think he asked me almost that exact question. He's like, you've been here, from the times when the camera wasn't the best and the shots weren't the best, and y'all jumping from location to location to now streaming now premiering at a movie theater. Like, it was, I think I probably cried because
Mm,
that's what the arts do to me. So to see Augusta on the screen, to see all these people that I've worked with in different avenues, to see them on the screen, and just to know how hard you worked, how much you've put into this. It was, I don't want to say mind blown, words have power, but it was amazing.
yes,
It was
yes.
amazing. So, yes.
Absolutely. I'm so grateful that, like I said, I'm able to share those moments with people like you because, again, like you literally you've seen the struggles. Like, and I don't necessarily say struggle, but like the foundation, I'll say the foundational work. We'll say that. You've seen the foundational work of where we started to, again, where we are now. Which brings us to our 20th anniversary that we celebrated last year. Um, I'm not gonna get into the hell that took place beforehand.
Always something. Always.
Y'all, when I tell you, like I told, I don't know if this made the cut last in Sharmika and Ron's interview, but when I tell you that 20th anniversary party was almost canceled, it was almost canceled because I feel like the place where we had the event was just giving us so much static the
Yeah.
day of. And it was just becoming to the point where I was just like I was already stressed out making sure everything was together, but like to get there the day of and you giving my event planner issues, you giving me issues trying to get audio and stuff together. It was just a lot. It was a lot. And I was literally like seconds away from saying, all right, y'all, we're not doing this.
And just to know, like, to know Carlton is to know that he is a planner. So nothing is going to happen without some plans being put in place. So to know the months, I think even a year in advance, over a
Uh,
year, went into planning this event. So to know that the day of they want to give us static and to say that this needs to happen or this is not included, we specifically ask these questions.
mhm.
We know that this was covered. So yeah, it was a lot, but you know how it is. The devil's always
Yes,
trying to shake it up and make you question what you're doing, but it was a beautiful event. And
absolutely.
to celebrate 20 years is no small feat. So you should be very proud. Pat yourself on the back.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I always say again, I wouldn't be where I am without you all. I would be a fool to not acknowledge that. Um, you all have put your blood, sweat, and tears and your love for the arts into this thing, and that's why Victory Productions is where it's at now. So I appreciate everything that you've done, um, personally as a friend, professionally as an actress, also being a part of the behind the scenes team. I really appreciate everything that you have contributed to VPN. No, VPN. There we go. VPN.
Thank you. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah. So, and I want people to too. I know people don't want me to keep saying the R word. I'll just keep saying R word. I won't actually say it. Um, but Victory Productions is not going anywhere. We're going to continue on. We got some things in the works. Again, we have films still coming out this year, so VPN is still going to happen. It just might look a little different. That's all. So,
That's there's levels to it. It's okay.
and change is good. I feel like a lot of times we get so comfortable, you know. Again, I tell people all the time. I have to explain to people. You know, my god brother told me this, and I'm not gonna keep you long, but my god brother told me this like years and years ago. People are gonna start discovering you after you already put years and years of groundwork into it. And I think what's happening is people are just now discovering Victory Productions, and I have to explain to people, y'all been doing this for 20 years. I mean, I may not look like it, praise the Lord, but I mean, some people may differ. Some people may think I do look like it, but I don't, you know, whatever. Um, but it's literally been 20 years. Like I said, I got the vision from God in the hospital room in 2002. I did my first play in 2003. So in 2003, that's when Victory Productions began. And like I said, it literally has been 20 years. So I think for people, I need y'all just kind of just to go back and check out the stuff that y'all missed. That's all. But again, like I
It's
said,
a lot. It's
it's
a
a
lot to watch.
yeah, we got 400 plus episodes. We got 15 films now on streaming services. So it's like y'all have plenty of content to check out. And again, I'm putting out new content personally, which I still hold under the VPN umbrella, you know, because that's just what I do. But again, I just feel like we're in our next chapter, and the thing I think in order to and truly advance, we have to change some things. You can't keep things the same all the time. So
And you've done great work. Victory Productions has done great work. I do have to ask you for my mom. She always talks about this film. Do you remember the short film we did, 20 something?
yes.
I don't know what it is about that film, but she always talks about the character that I played. And she was all dressed up and then she went to sleep in her car. And I'm like, I know, Mom. I that. I was like, I forgot about that film.
Yes, and all the short films are also on our website, thevpntv.com. So we got Surrender, which is what Pastor Thorn is based on. Surrender was a play, then it became a short film, and then we did the movie. And I couldn't call the movie Surrender because Maverick already has a movie called Surrender. So I was like, we got to change the name. So it became Pastor Thorn. We got 20 something, what you mentioned. We have Lovers and Friends. We have Forever and Always. Me, Myself, and I. Matters of Fact, which shout out to Kevin J. Stone. He actually came up with a story idea and he directed the film as well. And then we have Hollywood, which stars Marquise Wilson from Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
See, there's no shortage of entertainment for you guys.
And
Check
we
it.
and we have something for everybody. We have something for the clean stuff that you can watch, and then we have some of the not so clean stuff that you might not want to watch at work or in front of your children. So,
Right.
or in front of your parents. I don't know how everybody's parents are, but I mean, you might have to just watch that in the comfort of your own privacy.
That part.
So, like you said, like Reishal said, we have something for everybody. We definitely do. Are there some words of encouragement that you want to give somebody who may be watching or listening?
Some words of encouragement. What do I always say? I always tell you. No, I'm just, I don't have an I always tell you. Um, any words of encouragement, just to stay true to who you are. I always say to make it a great day. If you get our VPN inspirational messages, I'm trying to be more consistent, you guys. But
you're doing a good job. You have a lot. Risha has a lot going on. She has a lot going on behind the scenes. You're doing a good job. So don't be so hard on yourself. You good.
yes, so I'm not trying to Tabitha Brown you or anything. I don't have any, taglines or anything that I say. But my favorite thing to always say, and if you get an email from me, it's going to tell you to dance like nobody is watching. So dream big and dance like nobody is watching, which means to always give it your all and not think about what anybody else is thinking about what you're doing, what you're going to do next, or how their opinion impacts what you're doing. Just dance like nobody is watching. So those are my words of inspiration.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Risha, for doing this VPN chat. Thank you for dealing with me and all of this stuff that's going on. And I'm telling you, man, it's always this time of year. It's just like, and we in Augusta, and it's like, it's just always hits you.
Well, I appreciate it, and I hope you feel better.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I hope I feel better too, because baby, this is not it.
It's not. I feel you. I'm telling you, it feels like I was sick for the whole month of January, but I'm over it now. We're better.
Yes. Awesome. Awesome. All right, guys, that is it for this VPN chat. Thank y'all so much for joining us, and we'll see y'all next time. Peace.